Welcome back, everybody. It is October the 5th, Redness Day, and 2022. That's the year. And we're live at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you're watching live, welcome in. If you're watching after the fact, welcome to my vlog. So, Red Wemette, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Did you hold up through that hurricane?
Oh, yeah, that passed me. I didn't get it, so I was lucky.
You were lucky, yeah.
The weather is cool down here. It's a nice, balmy 78 degrees. It's great here.
Talking to a guy who survived 5 plane crashes. Lucky? Three plane crashes. Yeah. Yeah, lucky guy. So the hurricane avoided you. But everybody's wondering, so I just wanted to ask.
Thank you, Adam.
So good that you're doing well. I hope that everybody else down in Florida, Scott H., Diane Hansen, anybody else that's down there, I hope that you guys are doing okay and holding up through this. So hello, everybody. I see all of your comments in the side story. Anthony DiMartini's in the room. So's Don Ciccio Di Porzal. Everybody's saying hello to everybody. I love it. You guys are like a little community. And it's kind of neat that we had this little thing kind of going right here, you know, that everybody likes it, gets along. So Red and I put out a new coffee cup. It's down below the video if you guys want to take a click and a gander at it. Mike Alexander, hello. I hope that you're doing well. Red didn't get his coffee cup yet because, the postage slowed things down. So anyway, today we're going to talk about Atlantic City, something we have never talked about before, but it's extremely interesting because there was some connections between Chicago and Atlantic City. There were some deals made. There were some deals that went down, and
backdoor deals. Huh.
Yeah. I mean, really, there was a bunch of bosses got together from the five families in New York plus Jersey, and I guess Detroit didn't make it to the party, but they sat down with representatives of Giancana and IUPA. So we're going to jump into that today. I hope that everybody's ready for this because there we go. Rodney, Riot Shield. Carmine left.
I'm stuck on that, Rodney.
Now Red gets it. Carmine left. He's over there now. Right there? He's over here. All right.
I don't know where he's over there.
Oh, I'm glad to see that you guys are here. No, William Kirchmeier, never heard about the Sicilian kamikaze pilot. Never heard about it, but I'm sure you're going to tell us. So you never know what's going to happen.
One hell of a drink.
Everybody's waiting. Come on, William. Let's hear about it. Oh, where is it? 2 balloon heads over here. There's a couple of balloon heads. Oh my gosh. That's so much fun. So Tony Accardo made a deal to New York in 1977. Red, you said 1976, I think, as we were going through this earlier.
Yes, but it was done in 1976. And it was prefaced this with there was a ballot that went out on a voting ballot, and it says, okay, everybody from New Jersey, do you want us to raise your property taxes, or would you rather have legalized gambling? Mm-hmm. Well, all the people voted for legalized gambling.
Sure.
So they hadn't built any casinos yet, but that was the platform for
it. Sorry. He got some mutt to fly it for him. The Sicilian kamikaze pilot,
Oh
Red.
yeah.
He got some mutt to fly it for him. Oh my God. All right, so that's what they did. They voted on it first. Said let's legalize gambling in Atlantic City. The
It was
people
the
voted,
people's choice. It was the
right?
people's choice.
Got it. And so they said let's do it so we don't have higher taxes, and boom, it's done. Now, who takes control of it at that point? Who took control of it at that point?
I believe it was the 5 families that were trying to make out who was going to be in control of it. Philadelphia had a little piece of it too, but everybody had their fingers in with New York, that were going with New York. But there was a fear that Chicago would go in and be predominant there. They were very heavy with the Teamsters Union and getting loans. So they said, we don't know about this, And that's, I believe, when the summit was set up in Philadelphia, where everybody could discuss it.
I see. So they sat down with the families, and because at this point, I mean, Vegas was pretty strong at that point. I mean, Chicago's control of Vegas was probably at its highest, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. And not only that, remember, Tony Spilaccio was out in Las Vegas. And so he used to muscle the New York families in Vegas. And they didn't want Accardo coming in, us sending somebody from Chicago into Atlantic City like Tony Spilaccio that was going to muscle everybody up. So they were kind of worried about their own territory.
Okay. So,
don't forget, Marshall Cafano really ran it with an iron hand from 1964 to 1974. Well, he was in prison then, but before then, he kind of ran it with an iron hand. He had control, even though the major casinos they didn't own. He had control of Binions and some other places, and they didn't want that happening in their backyard.
Sure. No, I mean that's not a good thing. I mean, it's not even a good thing for business.
So it's time to make a deal.
Yeah. Got it. So I pulled up an article from the New York Times. Chicago mobsters were given control over illegal activities in Las Vegas at an underworld conclave attended by the top families of the nation's crime syndicate, according to the Chicago Tribune. In return, organized crime leaders in Chicago apparently consented to stay out of the rackets spawned by legalized gambling in Atlantic City, the newspaper said. The Tribune said in its Sunday's edition that the agreement was reached at a meeting in Philadelphia restaurant 13 months ago. Attending the meeting were representatives for the 5 New York crime families of Carlo Gambino, Joseph Bonanno, Vito Genovese, Thomas Lucchese, and Joseph Colombo. The Angelo Bruno family from New Jersey and southeastern Pennsylvania, and aides from the Tony Accardo and Joseph Iupa families in Chicago, the Tribune said.
I believe Paul Rica was there.
Why would they say the aides from the Tony Accardo and Joseph Iupa families in Chicago?
That would have been Paul Rica.
Why are they calling them families? Like, they got the 5 families in New York, but the outfit was all one thing. So why are they saying the Accardo and the Iupa family?
New York reported them as the Chicago family, the syndicate in Chicago.
No, this is the Chicago Tribune saying this.
Yeah.
So why would
it went out over AP, Associated Press.
Okay. So they sat down and they made this agreement. Two families not represented. Those at the meeting represented 7 of the 9 families that are believed to make up Cosa Nostra Commission, the paper said. The newspaper attributed information in the article to underworld and law enforcement sources who were not identified. The Joseph Zarelli family of Detroit did not attend the meeting because of internal unrest after the death of Mr. Zarelli from natural causes in November of '76. Sources were quoted as saying that they knew of no reason why this Stefano Magadino family.
Magadino.
I got it right. Okay, good. of Buffalo, New York was not represented.
You know why?
No,
Because
why?
Joe Bonanno was there.
Okay.
And Joe Bonanno had been kidnapped by his cousin in Buffalo. So he didn't want to show up.
Got it. Okay. Interesting. All right. So the newspaper said the purpose of the meeting, which lasted more than 6 hours, was to resolve differences over who would receive profits from the illegal ventures, as well as legitimate businesses growing out of gambling in Atlantic City. The Chicago crime syndicate members were reportedly angered over a decision made before the meeting that they should stay out of Atlantic City. The sources were quoted as saying, the decision to turn Las Vegas interests over to Chicago mobsters was reached in an effort to appease them, the newspaper said, and the families reportedly agreed that Las Vegas would no longer be considered, quote, an open city for gangland activities. This is, I've never heard any of this before, Red. This is pretty damned interesting.
I lived through it. Marshall Cafano came to me, and I had some property there in Atlantic City. It was suppressed property. Atlantic City was a slum at that time. And that I bought 10 acres. And he came to me and he asked me, do you have the deed? And I said, yeah. And I gave it to him. I showed it to him. I pulled it out, had Lenny go over to get it out of the filing cabinet. And I showed it to him and he looked at it and he just folded it up, put it in his pocket. After he left, Lenny says, you're just giving it away to him? And I said, yep. Later on, he rewarded me with something.
Okay.
Because I didn't ask. No questions asked.
Let's play a new game, William Kirchmeier. When Adam gets a name right, drink. You got to do a shot every time Adam gets a name right.
Wow. Where's my scotch?
Don Ciccio di Porzallo, a reporter's opinion. Is the Tribune trustworthy? Again, that's why I'm saying, you know.
Well, that was off Associated Press, so they just picked it up.
Two families. It doesn't make sense. IUPA and Ricardo's, you know, that's not how it worked. Eric Epstein. Hey guys, obesity is a big issue in this country. Everybody's getting heavier, fatter with all the food. We need why the airlines making the seats smaller. Are they trying to kill us? You recently flew though, Red. It's true. Man, they are. They're going to make them smaller and smaller. I mean, that's pretty. Gotta pack them in there. All right, Angelo Bruno. Yeah, Red voted. Angelo Bruno was from Philly. Was well respected in New York. Actually considered a part of the commission. He had a lot to say in Atlantic City. Interesting. My theory. Anthony, I'm just going through comments. I'm going backwards through them. Anthony, my theory, it was the lack of accessibility into the East Coast rackets that led the Chicago outfit to Cali. First, the IATSE, the projectionist scheme with Roselli and Beoff, and ultimately Las Vegas. Well, the IATSE scheme, I never heard about that.
Chicago controlled everything west of Chicago. So... And New York tried to get pieces of it here and there. And they didn't want them coming into New York because New York had encroached on Chicago several times. And they figured, here's payback. They're going to run our casinos.
Right. Exactly.
And after all, they control the union. So especially the Teamsters pension fund. So nobody's going to get a loan.
And for those of you that don't know what IATSE stands for, that's the Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees.
Yes.
So IATSE's out here in Vegas. They have a lot of...
The unions were great. They made them a lot of money.
Sure did. But I never heard about the scheme. I'd like to hear about all of that. Dennis Paulson, in the early 70s, they were going to put an offshore nuclear power plant along Atlantic City. I worked on the study, but it never went through. No. Maybe the police had something to do with that.
I don't know if Vegas had something to do with it, but the casinos did. They definitely did. They got to the politicians, said, no way, not right here. We don't want it right here.
Luminous grin. I wouldn't catch a buzz in that drinking game. That's funny.
Thank you.
Wait till you fly on a C-130 or C-141. Then you'll know how small a seat can get. Can't even imagine.
This wide, man.
Unbelievable. Ex-cop, hello. How's it going? Ask the Teamsters workers who lost most of their pensions how they felt. Ask Teamsters workers who lost most of their pensions how they felt, huh?
I don't know anything to ask, really, honestly.
So, Michael Graham, Chicago's proceeding with the casino. The old Medina Temple at 600.
Medina Temple.
Sorry, Medina. Oh my gosh. The Medina Temple. I thought it was Medina Temple.
Fancy Brady, that butcher boy.
Didn't even get 20 minutes into this damn thing, could we? Couldn't even do that. No, not even 20 minutes. The Medina Temple at 600 North Wabash will be the temporary location while building the permanent location at Halsted and Chicago Avenue. So they're going to have a casino popping up in Chicago. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Not even in the water. It's on the land now, right? What the hell's the difference, right? Oh, it's a boat. You can gamble on a boat, but you can't gamble on land. I never understood that anyway. You know, the first ones went up.
The river's over here. It's right to the side. We're touching the river.
We're on the river on a boat. So really, we're not on the land gambling. We're on the water gambling. What's the difference, right? What's the difference?
The difference is how much you grease the politicians.
You know, when they first opened the Mardi Gras Showboat Mardi Gras Casino, that boat literally left the dock every 2 hours. It went out onto Lake Michigan, and then it came back. And then they were like, well, why the fuck are we spending money on gas? We could just let it sit here in the dock, right? I mean, and that's what they did then, because, you know, casinos are greedy. What can you say? They're greedy. Patriots win. Can you do a show on Stu Unger and Tony Spilotro and Stu Unger working the Texas Hold'em poker rooms back in the day? I know there's people out there that have info on this. Interesting.
Yes. You
Tony
know about it.
Unger.
Frank told you about it. He used to rent the poker rooms in the back.
Yeah.
And they were private. They rent the space.
Right.
From the casino.
Yeah. And Stu Unger, you know, he died of a drug overdose. So they say.
Allegedly.
The Oasis Motel, which is now the Oyo Hotel, I think. And that's also where David Strickland was killed himself in room 20. He haunts there. Just thought I'd throw that in there. Ghost. Since it's October, you know, Halloween's coming. Freaking busy.
It's kind of noteworthy that, you know, even though the law was passed in 76, they hadn't started construction or anything else.
Yeah.
Then acquired the properties, got the permits. And most of that stuff, I believe, you know, the unions had their pieces in there. Because if you wanted cement workers or whatever, you had to get it. Construction work, garbage, with hauling debris, all that stuff. It all had to be done through the unions they controlled.
Got it.
The linen workers, once you were open.
Mm-hmm. Guys, hit the like button if you're in here. Be sure to hit that like button. It's all it is a legal technicality. Oh, it's true. It's just a legal technicality. But you're right, Bill. Vices are amphibious. Yes. They go on water or land. You can gamble on either. Yeah.
On the land, sea, or air.
Oh, the gambling boat in Clinton, Iowa was the same way, Adam. Really? Julienne, that's what they did back there too. Yeah. They put all these boats. I never understood that. Well, what's the deal with boats? Why the gambling can be on a boat, but you can't gamble it. Just build a damn casino on the land.
It's on the water, kind of. Although down in Biloxi, Mississippi, and New Orleans,
sure,
because of the hurricane, they let them build on land. The next one, when they rebuilt it on land.
Yeah.
A zoning variation.
So John McShane, remember AC, Atlantic City didn't legalize gambling until 76. so the families had less interest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Stu Unger, the guy that lost his nose from all the coke he did, I didn't know about that. He had a nose collapsing or something from too much partying, huh? Yeah, it's a shame. Golf Boy, that's a party duo, Stu and Tony Spilatro. Can't even imagine. Maritime law is different than land laws. Look at the flags.
Yes, it is.
That is very true. That is very true. So, but you would think just from the water to the land, just sitting at, come on, right? Yeah. Just the way it's
a graft there, a little graft and corruption. That's all.
The politicians go, well, let's see. How can we open a casino here in Chicago?
How can we get around this?
Let's think about this. What if we brought a big boat in and we put the gambling onto a boat and floated the casino on water? And then technically it's not in Chicago. It's on the water. So, why don't they say, let's float one up in the air, Probably be more expensive to do that than to build a boat, now that I think about it. Anyway, so what do we have? Slapsy Maxi, international waters. Some airlines tried to put slot machines, but those are heavy and became, that's what I mean. Which means it'd be more expensive to fly a casino around. So
on the land, sea, and air.
The things we talk about on this show that we come to, B-Book. The way different mobs controlled different casinos in Vegas was it the same in Atlantic City? So, Red, it wasn't, right?
No, not at all.
No.
Not at all. They tried to keep the Black Book there was just as bad as Nevada. They shared the Black Book. And hi, Brandon. Thanks for calling. Glad you enjoyed my book. You told me about it. What happened was there were different rules, a lot different rules, and they wanted to control certain things. And then you had mayors turning around and governors turning around saying, we're not going to have organized crime in our casinos. So the way they did it was they picked up the garbage, they picked up all the other things, and charged them exorbitant fees.
Right.
That's how they got around it.
Got it. Instead of the outfit stealing from the casino in Chicago, the damn politicians will gut it clean. Yeah. Yeah, right? Seriously. It's worse than what the mob did. It really is. Yeah. So that's actually how Navy Pier got rehabbed. They were going to dock a casino boat there. See?
Yes.
See? Oh, hey, let's rehab Navy Pier and let's spruce it up and then you know what we'll do in a couple of years? Then we'll put a boat there that has gambling on it that we can skim from.
Right at the heart of downtown. Right at the heart of downtown.
Heart of downtown. That's right. Isn't it something? It's all smoke and mirrors. Yes. JW's Unger's nose was a mess. No, Stu Unger, I'm telling you, I know very little about him other than he won the World Series of Poker twice, and that he died of a drug overdose at the Oasis Motel, and that he had thick tinted glasses. But then a lot of those guys had tinted glasses that played poker because they like to hide their eyeballs. And
yeah, but he had a nose candy problem.
Yeah. See, so there you go. All right. The things you learn. Automobo. Let the Indians do it on their tribal land as well. It's the Native Americans. Can't say Indians. They aren't from India.
You, Otto? I didn't know that.
I'm just fucking with you, Otto.
Okay.
John Wallace, in the Navy, in international waters, no tax. A carton of Marlboro cigarettes was $2.50 in the late 70s. My God.
It was only 10 cents a pack, $1 a carton when I was on a ship.
What those cigarette companies wanted to get everybody addicted. They started off selling those things really cheap. That's what they did.
Oh, it was mandatory in the Marine Corps that you smoke.
You had to, right? It was like, here's your free cigarettes. Get you addicted to them, right?
If you didn't want to smoke, they said, okay, everybody does things as a team.
Yeah.
If you light up, somebody else has to light. Everybody has to light up. That's how I started smoking.
Dennis Paulson, Stu had a temper when at the poker table. I saw it many times at tournaments. Yeah. I like that's pretty interesting. Patriots win. Nowadays, casinos make a minimum amount off of Texas Hold'em. The reason that the casinos have them is hopes it'll get the players through the door and hopefully they'll play a game other than Texas Hold'em. You know who started that all, Red? The World Series of Poker? Benny Binion.
I thought so.
Benny Binion's idea. He started it down. He had the very first one at Binion's Horseshoe here in town. Had his big horseshoe display.
He was a big crusader. He was a real big crusader.
$1 million display were $10,000 bills. They had, I think a Supreme Court justice was on it, on the $10,000 bill, Red.
Right.
Only something like 300 left in circulation right now. That's it. That are still out there.
Really?
Yeah, and the ones from the horseshoe display, they're still in circulation. They haven't been taken by a bank. They guesstimate that those a $10,000 bill auctions for about $70,000.
Wow.
Is what they go for. That's what they're worth. Okay, a good one. But the ones in Binion's, they were glued into the display. So, but the fact that they were in that display makes them a little more valuable too, right? But
wasn't that Grover? Grover was on them?
I don't know who was on the.
I believe it was Grover.
$10,000 bill. Let's see. $10,000 bill. Here it is. It was Chase. No, looks like the word Chase to me. Why isn't it just telling me? Who's Samuel? Sorry, Salmon. His name was Salmon. Oh my God. Who names their kid a fish? Who does that? Salmon? Salmon. 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 And then my daughter is Ella. Salmon, Ella. There we go. Seriously, man.
Poison.
All right. So the $10,000 bill, let's see. It was the 1928 and 34 Federal Reserve notes. They combined, the government printed 60,000 of those bills. So they printed up what would that be mathematically? If it was 1,000, 6,000 times 1,000, it'd be 600,000, $6 million then. But today, only 336 of them are still known. That's it.
You know, I was just thinking over. It was Grover Cleveland. Grover Cleveland was on the $1,000 bill. Salmon
Chase. He was a politician, a former Chief Justice of the United States, and a former Secretary of Treasury. At the time, he was Secretary of Treasury to the government, was planning to introduce the new currency in 1861. Chase chose himself to be on the front of the $10,000 bill. Of course he chose himself, right?
And then he opened Chase Manhattan Bank.
Did he really? Is that the same? Is that the same Chase?
Yes,
I wouldn't doubt it if it was. Oh man, my God. Let's see who's gonna be. His mother was a guppy. Salmon, guppy. Get it, Red? All right. That's funny, Don Chichillo. It's very funny. Salman is how it's pronounced. Salman. Eric Phillips. I'm saying it wrong. Not salmon. It's Salman. Okay. Maybe it's Salman. It's still a name that you shouldn't name your kid. Salman.
Salmonoli?
Salmon. Sorry, Salmon. Right? Salmon, not salmon. Salmon. Salmon P. Chase. I wonder what the P stood for. Salmon
Paul.
Oh, nice biblical name you picked there, Red.
That's true.
It's a good. Is it really?
Yeah.
If I look this up, is it going to say Paul?
Pardon?
If I look this up, is it really going to say Paul? Or are you just making that up?
No.
It really was.
I used to collect bills, and I used to see them.
Okay.
I remember Grace Slick went in to buy a Jaguar, and they said she was.
I looked it up. Not Paul. You ready for this? You ready for this?
Yeah.
Salmon, Portland. They named him after a freaking city now, Portland.
When you got that kind of money, what do you worry about?
I should have been Adam Chicago Flowers, you know? That'd have been cool. Adam Chicago. Oh, geez. Unbelievable. Homan Sanders.
Actually, Maxie had it right.
Oh, I just got the bubblers, Homan. I had to order bubblers. Your picture will be on the way later today. I had to order bubblers. So just got them. I've got $1 million bill. Trump's face is on it. Yeah. Got one of those too laying around here somewhere. I used to get tipped a lot of $2 bills on my paper route in North Chicago. Ooh.
You know, that's really odd. I keep telling people about the $2 bills, right? And they don't realize they reissued them because back in 1952, they were very popular. Very popular. But then they reissued them at a later date.
Now, what document are they signing on the back of the $2 bill?
Got me.
You don't know? You serious? It's the Declaration of Independence they're signing.
That's a great thing.
That's what that picture's depicting on the back of the $2 bill. Named after cement. Ironic. Portland. In
Yeah.
biblical names, the meaning of that name, Salmon, is peaceable, perfect, he that rewards. Yeah, he rewards. He put himself on face of the $10,000 bill. Michael Graham, the casino will not be on water, but on land, where they used to print the Chicago Tribune newspaper at Chicago and Halsted. And the location is the same police district and alderman for Grand and Ogden. No kidding. Really?
13th district, yeah.
Coincidence? Is that a coincidence or what?
No.
Hey, come on. Patriots win. Red's absolutely correct, and you can get two S's, $2 bills at almost every bank easily. Yes, I still see them.
Well, they came out now, but they took them off the market. I think it was 55.
Sure.
I had some 52 issues. I collect $2 bills.
Okay. I only have one right now, $2 bill.
Ryan Brown wants to know what the trivia question is tonight.
Oh, Ryan, we're going to ask the trivia question. Don't worry. It's coming. That's coming. And so is the wheel of a deal. Well, I got to fix the front of this thing here. I shouldn't say that. I'm turning the thing to fix I'm trying to fix the center of this so it's not.
Don't say the word fix.
I don't want
to think it's rigged.
About this wheel. I got to fix the wheel a little bit. People think that it's fixed, that it's rigged. Unbelievable. We got accused of rigging the wheel. Like, what do you think we are? Some kind of carnival over here? What the hell? $2 bills were released for the bicentennial. Thank you, Tony. We used to use $2 bills for tips in Vegas. Yes. Now you know what the $2 bill, a $2 bill. Oh my God. Here's $2. Thank you.
I'll tell you how I got into it. I got into it with younger people, millennium people. They said to me, boy, that's as fake as a $2 bill. And I said, $2 bills aren't fake.
Yeah.
They had them years ago.
Huh. Fixed, nothing fixed here. No, nothing's fixed. Everything's broken, trust me. Dennis Paulson. When guests came into town, it was automatic to go down to the Horseshoe and get your picture in front of the $1 million display. The most famous postcard is the one of Charles Manson. Yeah. No, wait a second. Hold on, Dennis. I just read that the only picture of Charles Manson and his family in front of the $1 million display at Binion's is in the FBI's possession. If it's floating around out there, I need to see it. Honest to God, but I heard
there are copies of it. There are copies.
Seriously? So it's the only original one? Charles Manson, Horseshoe Casino images. No, there is no image of him there. I don't see this. It would be here. I Googled that. It would come up. It is not here. There are tons of people that took their picture in front of that thing. Everybody wanted to get their picture in front of it. And Manson did too. So you were starting to talk about Grace Slick. What's that story, Red?
Grace Slick went into, I believe it was a Rodeo Drive. It was a Jaguar dealer, and she was wearing sandals and incognito. She wasn't dressed up real fancy, and they were about to throw her out. And they said, "You can't afford one of these." And she pulled out two $10,000 bills and bought a Jaguar. And that's a fact.
Okay. Eric Phillips, I used to have a $2 bill with Santa Claus on it, and it was legal tender. Are you serious?
I don't know about that one.
$2 bill. Are you sure it wasn't as fake as a $3 bill?
It sounds like it.
Oh my God, it is the Santa Claus U.S. $2 bill, real money. You could buy on one on eBay. Yeah, it is. Oh my gosh, $3.79. I gotta have a Santa Claus bill.
I gotta have one. I'm going.
I gotta have one of these. This is too cool. You know, I want to buy. What do they show on the back of the bill? It's a real $2 bill. It shows the Declaration of Independence being signed on the back. It's the same back. Yeah, it's the same back. It's a different. Wow, Santa. No kidding. I want to give these away as Christmas gifts. Here's your $2 bill. All right, so I think it's time, Red. I think it's time to ask.
Greg Polly has one here. he's got
Polly,
a $3 bill.
Yeah, I can show you guys. Sure, let's do this real quickly because we have to get to the question. But yeah, I'll show you guys quickly what this looks like. So, well, it's busy over here at Vegas Specialty Tours. The phone's ringing like crazy. We have lots of tours going out, and
this is your season.
It is, man. It's Halloween. This is when it gets crazy. So, yeah. Okay, 8 modified.
Don't forget to hit like, you folks. Give us some love.
Huh. Save as.
Hit that like button and subscribe,
yeah,
please.
I can't show it to you guys, but anyway, it does exist. So let's get on to this question. Are you ready? Everybody ready? And we're going to ask this. And
boy, you guys better have good memories for this one.
Hey guys, hit the like button. Seriously, you know what I mean? It's beautiful out here, Big Mo. It's absolutely.
We need more than 38 thumbs up. Come on, out of 100 some odd people, only 38 like us. Come on.
Yeah, BSJ Brady. He'd give it to his ex. Ho ho ho. Oh man. All right, guys, here we go.
That sounds like a Jimmy Flint joke.
On the Moretti, I'm always amazed at the things I've learned on here. I am too. I'm amazed every time we do one of these what comes up, because it's always, you just never know. It's crazy. So hit the like button, guys. You haven't hit it enough. I'm even gonna go out. I'm gonna go hit the like button myself. All right, here's the question. This is it for the spin and the call into the show today. The question is, last week, you gotta be watching the show, all right? Last week on the show, we had Joe Collada watching, and he was commenting live. And Joe Collada, he quoted a famous country western song. Tell us the name and the artist of the song that he created, or that he created,
that sang the song.
We need the name of the song and the artist. He quoted a song. Ryan Brown. You need the artist, Ryan. Ryan got it. I mean, we should just give it to Ryan. He got it. He's the only one. Ryan, but he got it. He's second. Kenny Rogers. We put them both in. Ryan, you are the winner this week. Ryan, you need to call the number on the screen. We got ourselves a winner. Call the number on the screen. And I'll put it in the comments too for you. Okay. Ryan Brown is the big winner today. So, Ryan, call us up, and we're going to have you on Let me make sure my speaker's on over here and everything's ready to go so that we can have you on air. And
Ryan's lucky on that wheel.
what's that?
Ryan's been lucky on that wheel. This is the first time he won.
This is the first time. Yeah, this is the first time Ryan's won. So this will be cool. Gosh, what a blast, man. Every week, you never know what the hell we're going to talk about. Let's talk about Atlantic City. And the next thing we're on Santa Claus on the $2 bill.
Or Grace Slick on a $10,000 bill.
Yeah, exactly. You just never know. But that's what makes this fun. It really is. So what makes it entertaining? I don't know.
It's all about money, the Benjamins.
Okay, here we go.
Thank you, Devon. Thank you so much. And I'm sure Adam's looking forward to meeting you too.
So, Red, we got Ryan Brown on the phone.
Hi, Ryan.
Hi, Red. Almost finished with the book. It's amazing.
He's almost finished up with it. It's a great book, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Awesome. Where are you from, Ryan?
I'm actually from a little town in Massachusetts called Hanson. It's north of Boston.
Oh man, good people come from there. I love people from Massachusetts. I really do. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, no, I've been a fan since from Frank. I remember his very first live. He answered every question that I had.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool, man. I'm glad you stuck around this whole time too, man. That's awesome to hear.
Yeah.
Ryan's a lifer.
Yeah, right? Well, Ryan, you have to click the link in the video underneath of this video, and you see the new coffee cup that Red and I have up there. Yeah, grab one of those cups, man. So that'll be your 2022 cup for you, the Colada crew.
I'll be holding mine next week.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have ours by next week.
Awesome.
Are you ready to spin the wheel?
Sure.
All right, here we go. The wheel of a deal that you cannot refuse, and we're off. And Ryan, it looks like today you're going to win. Oh, a buy one, get one. I'll tell you, this is a buy one, get one for the mob tour. You ever going to come out and do the mob tour?
I can't make out to Vegas, but
tell you what,
be good.
We'll give you another spin, Ryan.
Another spin. Second spin. Yep. Let's do another spin. It's okay. It's like if you got Red's book, we'll spin it again if you already have his book. Okay, so let's see what you win this time. USB. You win a free USB gun. Do you want the USB gun, Ryan?
Yeah, actually, that'd be great.
All right, man. We're gonna send you a free USB gun, and that's really it's got all of the stuff from this one's still in the packaging, but
yes,
it's got everything on it. Let's see. It's got the Las Vegas Mobster. This is the first video that Frank and I worked on. And the last question that I asked him in the video is, what do you think's going to happen when you die? It's a really good video. And you get the first interview that Robert Allen did, unedited. So the one that's up online, the Vault videos, those are edited. Frank wanted me to take something out of it. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I took it out of there because I didn't want Frank to hear it again. And and he didn't like it. So anyways, it's in this video. I didn't edit it out. The other thing you get are the Blood Brother audio files and then some photos and different extras that are on there that were on Frank's phone, pictures of him and stuff. So
that's all jammed together in this little USB gun, guy.
Yeah. It's all on the little USB stick.
Awesome.
So Ryan, text to the number, text your address, and and then that'll be off in the next couple of days to you. And thanks so much for watching the show and being a fan and a prescriber for this long.
Great to talk to you both.
That's awesome. Man. Great to have you on.
Ryan, John.
God bless, Ryan. You have a great day.
You too.
Bye. All right. So that was cool. Ryan won a gun. Everybody thinks that the wheel's rigged. See, each week's different. Unbelievable. Anyway, it's been fun, Red. It's been a lot of fun. Guys, if you want to hang out, Red's going to be on his channel. We're going to go over there, and we'll be over there in few minutes, about 15 minutes. So if you guys enjoyed, hit the like button, hit the subscribe,
Hit the like button.
subscribe.
If you didn't hit it going in, hit it going out.
There you go. You never know what's going to happen, guys. Here today. See you, Red.